Gather around, let me read you a parable.
For the day begin. Lord save me from this mental gym. At the age of 10, I went KO Ken, kill a whale with the bummy fin. My little birdie sound a birdie from a butter rim. Set the bonsai, need a trim. Water feeds the soil when the brown within. The dead leaves shoot the green from the nutrients with resilient stems. Growing to a stalk, loyal to a fault, praying for the rain. But my water in my eyes made of salt. Broken hands, but the temple got stalk. Smoke blowing through the chimney. Fog off white mark. Doors open when we coping. Doors open when we coping. Prayers come to a halt. To a halt. To a halt. Prayers come to a halt. Feel I can't win for losing. LBRB on the verge of contusion. Devil's in the details. It's confusion and confusion. A Brutus and bruising. My new earth on Pisa. It's a never-ending battle. My demons look like Freezer. Herbivore for the score. Herbivore for the score. The one a salad that Caesars. Only thing that's green these days is my bushel of reefer. Behind the smile comes ether. My halo was a flashlight in my battle with demons. I know I'm an angel. I know I'm an angel. My whole life I winged it. I know I'm an angel. I know I'm an angel. My whole life I winged it. I winged it. Yeah. Shout out Ali. Shout out Z-Max Sniper, baby. If you real, you can feel this. Check it. I say this like
just like an animal. I've been living like I don't care anymore. Check it down, I'ma feel it in the morning. I'ma save up till I own it. I'ma ride until I'm on the board. Hey, what you thinking I was going? Didn't know that you were all knowing. Situations and no wins. PCH coasting, wave my hand out of the window. Feel the cold wind in the goddamn thinking that I'm under it. Like I can't pass the bar, like I can't cross-examine it. Surprised I'ma make jaws drop just like Jaws did. I'm out just to bring it like Drake, I'm just Johnson. Ooh, tell me it's my time now. Can't believe it till I see it with my eyes now. I'm building up my own cloud, blow away the dark clouds, thinking that there's no better time than right now. Break me, I'ma get back up and take it. Hoping my feet don't betray me. Cool you up and teaching me everything I know. Feel me, it don't take much to reveal me. Got my eyes up to the ceiling. I'ma take you with me everywhere I go. Ooh, I got a feeling that I got a sinking feeling everything is gonna turn out alright. Gotta make sure they know I'm relishing the spotlight. I wanna go, I wanna go, I wanna go all night. Hey, hit the streets, stepping up like a chromatic. Getting furious like a chromatic. If you wanna go at it, then you know where I'm at. And if you think that I don't matter, better straighten up your facts. I'm not another grain of sand falling in an hourglass. Put me on the clock, tick, talk fast. But I never put it on a mask. Do the math, I'll show you proof. If you're up to the task, I'ma show you how to move. No more anonymous. Switch it up so it don't sound monotonous. You can't keep a but the changes. I gotta say, if you're working with my speed, then get out of the fast lane. Break me, I'ma get back up and take it. Hoping my feet don't betray me. Cool, you've been teaching me everything I know. Feel me, it don't take much to reveal me. Got my eyes up to the ceiling. I'ma take you with me everywhere I go.
Come along, children. Now we're going to have a little music.
Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to First Cut Live. We are here with the crew as usual, this time on a Wednesday night. I'm here with, obviously, as you all know, Miss Sabrina Ramirez is here. What is up, girl?
Hello, I am so happy to be back for the first time in what feels like forever. So happy to be spending this Wednesday night with you guys.
And also here we have RB3 in the house. He's invincible. He hasn't got the vid yet. No, Omarion is coming with an icebox to him. RB3, how you doing it, bro?
It was good. Happy to be here. Happy to be Omarion free. So, let's keep it that way.
Yeah, dude, I can't lie, bro. When he said icebox where my heart used to be, he really was talking about the vid, bro. He was talking about that disease. That's what it feels like, bro. But either way, guys, we are here back in a new year, 2022. We're gonna do it right. 2022. What do you guys want to manifest right now in the year 2022? What are you guys manifesting right now?
Hold up.
You vibing
music
with
for this? Hold up.
Sabrina, what you vibing with?
Once RB3 hits that music, in 2022, it's no one's birthday.
It's everyone's birthday every year.
That's the energy.
Yeah, it's the year's birthday.
Sure.
That's the energy that we're bringing into 2022. Basically this year, I feel like over the last few years, we've continued on with this show. We've added new shows. We've done so much on this channel. So I want to continue to actually be on again. That would be nice. So that's something I'm manifesting in 2022 Sabrina, is that I'm back on as a regular on First Cut. Who knew? So that's the first thing. Second, I want to see my family. It has been so long. I want to feel comfortable enough to be able to go visit my family. I want to see my grandparents. I want to see my dad. I want to see my little sister. It's been over a year, really, really long time. A lot of friends I still haven't seen in like 2 years. So that's something I would love to do by sometime towards the end of this year. But I'm also just like, in a really good place right now. So, we're just manifesting like success, like thriving, happiness for us all. That's what I want for everybody.
How about you, RB3? What you manifesting this year?
Man, what am I manifesting?
What you want, bro? Tell me what you want. What you really want.
What you want.
Oh, okay, that one.
To me, baby.
To me, baby, like boom, boom, boom.
You already knew. So you already knew. I'm messing up the lyrics though.
Come on, good boy.
Nah, what am I manifesting? I'm manifesting a lot of things. I'm manifesting more career advancements. More things. Being more creative. A lot of last year and previous years. Last year in particular, I was just distracted because I was like depressed for like over 50% of the time. So but now I feel like when 2022 started, I just woke up. Things is feeling right. I'm feeling a lot better. I've been taking nothing but W's all year. So, so far it's only 12 days in, man. I've taken more W's. Wait, hold up. My mic ain't even on the right setting, y'all. Hold up. Let me talk and make sure I'm in the right mic settings. I'm feeling a lot better. I'm feeling so much better this year. So I think hopefully, I can create more. I can, focus more on timestamp. We're about to do a big it's already been doing festival stuff, but now it's getting into bigger festivals and more things are about to be announced. Really, you
guys are kicking ass, man.
Yeah. So things like that, and hopefully do more things that are in that vein. So I'm looking forward to this year.
Yeah, man. I've noticed all the times I've been retweeting them. I don't know if you you've caught that. But damn, bro, Hollywood festival, sci-fi festival, name drop them. What else, man?
Yeah, no, shout out to you named it, Hollywood Gold Festival. We won that one for the best sci-fi film award there. Sci-Fest Film Festival. Shout out to Memphis, Tennessee. That's where that was held at.
All the way in Memphis.
All the way in Memphis. Yeah, and it was really because I really, me and Kate talked about going. I really wanted to go. I just couldn't, Marion was going on, and money was, I had
freaking job Moran over there.
Yeah, and I would have been crazy. Young Dolph, shout out to Young Dolph, RIP, one of my favorite artists. But that would have been crazy to go, but I just couldn't make it. But then I didn't know we were gonna win, and apparently they were like, "Oh yeah, the crowd went crazy." Oh, that would have been crazy to see, in person. But we are gonna have more screenings. Apparently we're gonna be screening for the Golden State Film Festival that's gonna be held at the Chinese Theater. So we're getting all of the projection stuff ready for that right now. And then there's another big festival that is gonna be coming up really soon that we will be announcing really soon too. So yeah, things are. If you want to see Timestamp, it's going to be available really soon on streaming. But if you're in LA, come to one of these festivals, because a lot of them are going to be in LA. And, if you come with a ticket, I'm be there. We could take pictures, hang out. It's a good time. So,
hey, man.
Give me a Marion.
Get yours, bro.
Give me a Marion.
Get yours.
No, you don't want a Marion. Trust me.
All right, cool.
Nah.
Nah, bro, that's it's all the hype, bro. Believe the hype. It's real.
It's right. Yeah.
I definitely did not believe the hype. I was like, y'all, this ain't shit.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Y'all ain't shit. But apparently it is. Yeah. Absolutely, man. 2022 New Year, guys.
Wait, Andres, what are you manifesting, brother?
No.
Come on.
No.
We gotta get some honesty.
A tall anime woman.
Yeah, that's no. Definitely not. I don't know, man. New life. I'm a super. Yeah, exactly. It's perfect music. Guys. Sometimes we just have to believe. No, I'm kidding.
I loved it.
I'm a super hippy dippy dude. So just life, peace, happiness. New beginnings,
okay.
Being reborn into a new life.
Vague.
Never mind,
little
guys.
Vague here. I'm not gonna lie. But little vague. Come on. What particulars are you looking for? What particulars are you trying to manifest?
Oh, come on, bro. Don't put me on the spot,
you
bro.
You gotta manifest them, man. You gotta say it out loud.
That's a good point. That is a good point.
Say it out loud. Come on,
I don't even know if I'm still live right now because my internet's so choppy. But I'll say definitely some new career paths for sure. I'll definitely say that. And then obviously more stuff with you guys, like Sabrina said, hopefully get this. You know what? First Cut Live show on a massive ass podcast network where we get paid $30,000 per episode. Boom.
That's right.
Manifest.
That's right. Talk that.
Where different companies want to sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, Manscaped. Where's our sponsorship? Manscaped sponsors everyone.
I know.
I'm gonna reach out.
I'm good.
Sabrina reaches out.
I'm gonna reach out and be like, "Yo, we got a podcast."
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I would definitely want to do that stuff. Manifest the real life stuff, and obviously everything else follows. Peace and happiness, man. That's what I manifest. Back to the general stuff. Either way, guys, we are here talking about 2022 movies. But before we talk about 2022 movies, I wanted to talk about 2021 movies, meaning I want to hear what you guys thought of 2021 as a whole. Now that the year is over, we are getting award nominations. We just got the SAG Award nominations. We got the Golden Globes that happened 2 days ago that no one heard about and no one cared about. But we had that happen. How do you guys feel 2021 in general was for a year in movies? I'll start with you, Sabrina.
Honestly, I want to throw it to RB3 because middle of the year, he had a take that I still remember. So I want to hear from you, RB3, first. His take was that he wasn't excited by anything.
Oh, is that what I said in the middle of the year? It's funny because that's literally what I was gonna say right now.
You're not excited about it.
There's none of these movies. We're talking about doing a top 10 list like sometime this week, and I'm even kind of like,
make
is
it
there
a top
10?
5.
Yeah, is there 10? Is there like even 10 that I like actually like? And I'm thinking about, dang, like if I put Army of the Dead on here, people are gonna think I'm a laughing stock. So I can't even. So these are literally the conversations I'm having in my head, like. Because and by the way, we've had more movies come out this year, I think, than almost any point in history. Like it seemed like almost every weekend it was either something big, either on streaming or in theaters. But I don't know, for some reason, for some way, for me, nothing was really hitting like that. There were some movies that really hit, and we'll talk about that when we talk about our favorite movies of the year. But I think overall, for some reason, it just wasn't hitting like that for me. I don't know.
How about you, Sabrina?
I'm probably polar opposite of the way RB3 feels, but I do get it. There was like a weird aura, like a weird like air over everything this entire year, because I missed out on so much stuff in theaters because I have adjusted my life in a certain way where now getting in the car, going to the theater and doing all of that is like such a task now. So I'm excited to see Scream tomorrow. I know we're going to be talking about our 2022 anticipated, but I'm going out to see that. But I had to like pick and choose my battles. I was like, West Side Story, no, I'm fine. I can wait for that. Like it'll drop on like streaming or something at some point. But there was some electric stuff this year. I just want to highlight a few because like I'm not going to talk about some of my favorites, but like Titan, The Worst Person in the World, like Shiva Baby. I loved so many of these really, Shiva Baby. Have you seen Titan yet?
I have not. No, I haven't seen
it. I still don't know how you've seen Worst Person in the World.
Yeah, I've looked for of that movie until you.
I was like, where did Sabrina see this? Did she get like a screener or something?
I'll talk to y'all after the show.
See, that's some shady stuff, bro.
Yeah, you getting.
I hate that.
You getting your
screeners? Come on.
It comes out soon.
I actually I kind of get salty at everyone who gets screeners, and I'm just like, yo, come on, bro, come on.
You could get
people getting screeners
if we tried.
And I can't. And I've been in this for a minute, bro. I've been out in LA for a minute. I can't even get no damn screener. Come on now.
Talk that is because you've been I know since the day I met Andres, you've been talking about getting screeners back in like 2016.
Bro, literally back when like freaking Christian and Mark were like inviting people, hey, you guys want to go to this premiere? I never went to any of those damn premieres. They never took me to any of those damn premieres. They're like, hey, you want to go to the Ant-Man premiere? I'm like, hell yeah, Ant-Man premiere, let's go. Never went to the Ant-Man premiere. Ain't nobody wanted to go to that, and I was raising my damn hand, and they still didn't invite me.
Yo, they take you to the Ant-Man premiere, bro?
That's what I'm saying. Like, ain't nobody wanted to go, and they still couldn't take me.
Yeah. You know
I've been hustling.
You're gonna go to hella premieres. That's what we're manifesting for 2022. Screeners and premieres for Andres. It's happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. People complain after like 2 years, and I've been here for I've been here for like 7.5 years. Anyways. I agree. There's been a couple good movies for sure this year, Sabrina. But when you guys read the list, I'm gonna pull it up right now because I have the SAG Award nomination list. When you guys read the list for these nominations, is there anything that really exciting for you guys? Like let's read Best Male in a motion picture. Let's do that.
Will Smith, King Richard.
Yeah, that's one, right? But then there's Benedict Cumberbatch, Power of the Dog, Being the Ricardos, Javier Bardem, Tick, Tick, Boom, Denzel Washington, Tragedy, and Macbeth.
I like Being the Ricardos.
Haven't seen Tragedy and Macbeth.
Of course you did. Of course you did. I knew you'd be the one person I talked to.
But is that Best Picture? Like, is that really... Best movie of the year,
it's not even Best Picture. The fact that Javier Bardem and Nicole Kidman are getting like consideration nominations is baffling to me because I thought they were so miscast, and that's why I could not get into this movie. There was a lot of reasons why I couldn't get into Being the Ricardos, but their casting was the first thing. But
the more I read it, supporting actor, Tender Bar, Licorice Pizza, Coda, House of Gucci, Power of the Dog. Are we really going to be like House of Gucci, Licorice Pizza, being the Ricardos as like the top 3 movies for Best Picture. Like, is this really our
Gucci? I don't think
like this is this y'all's 2021? Like, this kind of sucks, bro.
But that's the thing. That's exactly what I was talking about. That just like weird air around everything where so much was dropping that a lot of stuff just completely fell under the radar. I know Titan got like it wasn't even on the short list for the Oscars, which I'm really surprised about because it did win the Palme d'Or. So I just thought it would be in that conversation. People would be hyping it up still, but it feels like a lot of the hype just dies down really quickly. And I feel like that's just because we have this like oversaturation right now of so much coming out. So then of course being the Ricardos, the Licorice Pizza, the other stuff is going to be the stuff that's like still talked about. Because honestly, a lot of it is discourse. Licorice Pizza is still talked about right now because people are talking about one of the scenes or the age gap or whatever. And same thing with like being the Ricardos. A lot of people are talking crap about it, but it's still in the conversation. And then people are like, oh, let me check that out. It's for free. Like, I can't lose anything from it.
Where's it at?
And it's on Amazon Prime.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
you got to hook me up with that password again, bro.
Oh, yeah. You got it.
Yeah, I agree with you, Sabrina. But at the same time, the more I think about the movies that I have left to watch, and there's quite a few, the more I'm like, I just don't know how inspiring these premises are. And by inspiring, I don't mean literally inspiring. I mean, like, is this really like a groundbreaking next best movie of the year type of movie? Mm-mm. And I just don't see anything on the list. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm going to be blown away by Belfast, and I think it's the best movie ever. But as of now, it just doesn't create a lot of inspiration for me. But what's really interesting about 2021, guys, is the fact that 2021 was dominated once again by one studio. And no, it is not Netflix. It is Disney. Disney made all the money this year. Literally had the top 5 domestic box office openings of the year. If you include Sony, but it definitely doesn't really count. Sony's also up there with Venom 2. But Disney, pretty much every Marvel movie they released were major hits. And obviously No Way Home and Sony did what they did, breaking every single record. How are you guys feeling about how the power has shifted when it comes to the only movies people really go out to see in any kind of audience, and I mean any kind of audience, is only Marvel movies or superhero movies?
Oh, there's
Sabrina.
Oh, my bad.
Oh no, you can
RB3. Oh no. I mean, no, you go, Sabrina. I didn't.
Well, I think the conversation is a little bit different than it was a few years ago. Kind of like exactly what I said before, going to the movies, paying for the ticket, doing the drive and everything. It feels like a chore almost. Like the whole idea of leaving the house for a lot of people, since it's not as like normal as it used to be, I feel like you pick and choose and you're even like more picky about what you're going to see. So of course, something that has hype built around it, like a Shang-Chi, you see all this marketing. You see marketing for that pushed down your throat 24/7. And I loved like basically all of the Marvel releases this year. And I like these movies a lot. All of us enjoy the genre and enjoy these franchise films. But at the same time, because this is taking up all the show times, some of the smaller films, they get pushed out. A lot of the smaller films this year didn't even get a theatrical release, So of course, this is going to be dominating the box office at this time. It was kind of unfortunately expected. It is crazy that Venom 2 is one of the highest grossing films of this year as well. I don't know why. I hated that movie. So I have stuff against it.
Yeah, that's because it wasn't a good movie.
It was not.
RB3, what were you going to say, man?
What the question? What was the question again? Oh, about why Marvel movies. Yeah, I mean, listen, I think people now is literally at the point where people are looking at Marvel as like the cream de crop of like cinema, I think, Martin Scorsese, he might be looking at these numbers and might be like, yo, dog, this is exactly what I was saying. But that's unfortunately the reality we're in. I read something that's like 30% of 2021's box office was solely Marvel, if I'm not mistaken, or Disney.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that it is crazy, and I do think like it just goes to show how much of a monopoly they have. But that's kind of like all of America in like a way, right? Like there's big stores owning bigger stores, big companies owning bigger companies. Disney just owns the corner. It's right now, to me, I say it's Disney, Netflix, and Warner Brothers are like the big three because of how they're moving with HBO Max and all that kind of stuff. Like in terms of like the cultural consciousness of how people are discussing them. But honestly, the way that Warner Brothers and HBO have kind of released their bigger movies ended up diminishing them in a lot of ways. So now people are looking at movies like King Richard, like Dune, like the Suicide Squad as more like TV movies or streaming movies than they are as like theatrical movies. So that kind of also diminished that too. Like I think now, like because there wasn't the second biggest blockbuster studio behind Disney was Warner Brothers, and now they're not even competing in the same kind of realm. Yeah, it kind of sucks a lot of the air out of the box office and sucks a lot of air out of the conversation, honestly. So.
And also like Marvel just had a crazy year in general because they're television as well. That's what everybody was talking about, like week to week when they dropped, from the second they dropped WandaVision, literally till the end of Hawkeye right now, it was constant. Every single week was basically taken up by something Marvel, whether it was a film or a television show. They took up so much of the time, and a lot of people were tuning in to watch this. I didn't watch like half of the shows. I really enjoyed WandaVision. And yeah, I think that's the only one that I really enjoyed, honestly, out of all the television shows that Marvel came out with. But stuff like this, them building up the cinematic universe where it's like, oh, if you're watching this, like this is leading into this film and Multiverse of Madness, these characters are going to come back and like blah, blah, blah. People are just attached to all this now. We know these characters, we've grown with these characters, and we're excited to see where they go next. And especially if you're like a casual moviegoer, you're probably keeping up with the shows. Like if you're like a casual Marvel fan, you're watching the shows because like it seems like half of the world is at this point.
Yeah, I feel like Marvel definitely is going into monopoly territory, but I don't know if I can just brush past that RB3. I don't know. You say like, yes, this is normal, but I'm just like, is it? I mean, it shouldn't be.
The new normal.
I just don't think like we should just take it at face value. I think we should kind of try and lift our voices against it as much as we can. At least I think so personally, where I do feel like anytime we can speak up against any type of monopoly, we should. And this is becoming slightly monopolist,
you watch
if that's a word. Yeah, but that doesn't mean I think it should be the only thing on TV. Or
100%.
Or it's the only thing playing in cinemas, because I do feel like streaming's different, Sabrina, because I feel like streaming is becoming a place for creators, for the Ava DuVernays and the small indie directors and the Noah Baumbachs and all this kind of stuff, where now they're going straight to streaming, making a TV show. I mean, obviously, Devs was like forever ago, but Alex Garland made Devs through FX and Hulu. And now we're seeing stuff from FX and Hulu and stuff like that, where it comes out in a streaming platform. And that's where the focus is. And I love streaming and I love TV shows. I think I watch more TV than you guys do by a lot. But I don't think everything should be TV. I don't think any good story that we have should be made into a TV show. I do think we should keep the integrity of movies there, especially movies that don't have superheroes, as much as I love superheroes, and I love them, obviously. I just feel like it's something that we should talk about when everything that was a prestige movie, like you said, RB3, like a King Richard, like if we're being honest, bro, if they made King Richard 2, or like whatever they would call it, like Serena Williams and Venus, the movie,
yeah, sure,
it would probably be a TV show. It would probably be like an HBO original show. It would not even be a movie, if we're being real, because it's nowadays people are only watching it at home and in a streaming platform. So those kind of pitches are now being pitched as miniseries or TV shows. And I feel like we're never going to see these kind of movies in theaters ever again. And it's kind of lame. It kind of sucks. I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know.
Yeah, I think unfortunately, like, it is going to be tough to see a recovery of the medium budget movie like back in theaters. I think what really has to happen, and we start to see it happen a little bit, a lot of big movies got to start flopping in a lot of ways. And I think a lot of them have. The only ones that are successful are
haven't,
Marvels.
though.
They have.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
The Marvel movies are successful, but you look outside of the Marvel movies, a lot of blockbusters don't really do that well. Even No Time to Die made like 780 million, but if you read the reports, it needed to make 900 million to break even. So it made a lot, but also
that's still a lot.
It made a lot of money, but it needed to make it, according to Hollywood Reporter, it needed to make 900 million, you know, because of all the reshoots and all the marketing. I've been marketing this movie for like 5 years. So
yeah.
I think, you know, with a lot of these movies, a lot of studios are losing out on money. Fortunately for MGM, they're owned by Amazon, so Amazon has like endless checks. But still, at the same time, like, you know, there has to be like this kind of balance between like promoting independent cinema, promoting studios like A24 and like the off-beaten kind of path studios, and also just supporting good movies in general. Like, I know for me, a movie that I was like lukewarm on, but should have been successful, I think, in like another year, was Last Night in Soho from Edgar Wright. You know, I think if that movie would have came out in another year, I think that movie would have made a good amount of money and would have been like pretty successful and well received. But I think just because of the time and the climate that we're in, and like you said, Sabrina, it does feel like a chore. I think that's a big reason why a lot of people just don't get excited about movies as much anymore.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot there for sure that we can discuss. But let's play the game. Let's just do it, man. Let's just play the algorithmic game of ranking our top Marvel thing. Because everyone's doing it on the YouTubes. All them kids doing it on the TikToks.
Are we including the TV shows too, or?
We can separate it. We can do a separate one. We could do a TV show and then a movies. So ranked the TV shows and the movies. So for anyone who's watching right now and the chat, they're talking about Dune instead of listening to us. We're going to be ranking our top Marvel movies, guys. So if you guys want to join us and rank in the chat, we'll be seeing what you guys think as far as ranking Marvel in the chat. So let's do it. Who wants to go first? I already did this for my TV shows, but I want to hear your guys' TV show rankings. So right now, let's start with the Marvel television. Sabrina, you could be exempt since you
I was gonna say, I'm like WandaVision number one.
We'll go to movies for you, but I'll go to TV shows for you, RB3, because I don't think I got your ranking, bro.
Well, I did tweet a ranking.
You did? Oh, okay.
Okay, I tweeted. Okay, my ranking's a little misleading because I tweeted. What I tweeted was like my ranking for all Marvel stuff. And
oh, you did?
Yeah,
oh, okay.
But I do think I think it's different when I'm talking about TV shows versus movies because
I think it's very different. I agree.
And I actually do think
that's why I didn't do it like that.
I also think it's separate lists because I think for me, all right, I'm saying this because I think WandaVision is more of an impactful show and more of an impactful story. So I would rank that higher if I'm ranking it compared to movies. But as a TV show, I think Loki is a better TV show. So that's when I ranked it before I put like WandaVision number 2, and a lot of people are like, why are you putting WandaVision number 2? Because to me, it's a complete story as opposed to like Loki that's not complete. So I'm prefacing that. So if I'm talking about TV shows, number 1 would be Loki. I love Loki. Number 2, WandaVision. Think it's a really good show. Number 3, Falcon and Winter Soldier. Also solid. You know, lost me a little bit of some parts of it, but I think still really solid. Number 4, honestly, What If. I thought maybe Hawkeye before, but nah, it's probably What If. And Hawkeye got to sit nicely at number 5 because
I feel like, oh yeah, you are. You ranked them all. I was gonna say. Damn it, bro! There's no creativity with this. If we have the same list,
we have the same exact list. Okay.
Yeah, that's the same. I have Loki number 1, WandaVision number 2. I have Falcon and Winter Soldier number 3, What If number 4, Hawkeye barely on my list. That is my thoughts on Hawkeye.
I'll maybe differentiate and maybe I'll flip Hawkeye and What If, you know, like maybe I'll do that just for no reason. I don't know. They're both kind of trash.
Stay true to yourself.
Did you only watch WandaVision, Sabrina? Is that the only thing you watched?
I only watched WandaVision. I watched the Doctor Strange episode of What If. Okay. But yeah, that's like start to finish. I also watched 2 episodes of Hawkeye, I believe. And I was just like unimpressed. The only thing I cared about was like Haley Steinfeld and of course like Florence Pugh when she came in. Because I saw some of the end episodes, but that's just because I was kind of watching as Brandon was watching it. So I was kind of like, oh, Florence Pugh.
You see the part when the owl had scooped up the tiny truck with the people in it? Did you see that part?
No.
It's the worst show they've ever made. Like,
I just feel like as RB3 kind of going off that. I just feel like it's kind of strange how we wreck other shows. I mean, obviously it's not me necessarily, but critics usually go after other shows for being kind of bad and badly written. But not a word about Hawkeye, man. Hawkeye was great, according to everyone. And I was like, really? With all the ADR? Did you catch the ADR like as someone who knows anything about sound?
I didn't. I just don't
catch that.
I didn't pay attention.
Oh my god, it was so bad. They were like, hey, let's go over here. And they're like, actually, let's go over here. And I was just like, oh my god, who mixed this? This is awful. Like ADR was terrible. Like the rewriting was bad. It was just not a good show.
All that money and they can't even make a good product.
It was not good. I'm so sorry.
Has some good effects in there, but.
Let's go to the movies because the movies is where the bread and butter is at. I'll start with you this time, Sabrina, because you didn't do the TV shows.
So what did we have? We had Black Widow.
What did we have?
Eternals.
That's a good question. So we had Black Widow, Eternals. Do you guys want to count
Venom 2?
No Way Home?
Oh yeah, let's count.
Okay, so No Way Home, Black Widow, Eternals. Which one?
It's MCU movie. Venom 2. Venom 2.
I don't think that counts.
he comes into the MCU at the end of the movies, and
there has to be two MCU characters in it.
It's Venom and
no, there's only one.
No, Venom and Tony Brock. That's the two right there. Like the two right there.
If you want to count it, I'm not gonna count it.
All right.
What else did we get? There's one that's big that's missing, right?
Shang-Chi.
Come on, Shang-Chi, Black Widow, Eternals, No Way Home. Right?
I am going to say No Way Home number 1, Shang-Chi number 2, Black Widow number 3, and Eternals number 4.
Yeah.
But I liked all of them. All of them I at least liked to absolutely loved. So, I didn't think there was like a super poor entry. I didn't hate Eternals the way like some people kind of like talked about it. I do understand the criticism on it, but I thought it was genuinely beautiful and super philosophical. It's not something that I'm going to go back and rewatch over and over again because I don't think I have ever talked about Eternals on this channel yet. But to like summarize my thoughts.
You did not. You did not.
No, I didn't. To summarize my thoughts very quickly. Basically, I thought every other character besides Richard Madden and Gemma Chan was much more interesting. And they were kind of like, kind of like the core of the story. I also thought there was just a lot of like, I don't know, it's a tall task to kind of flesh out this like team of characters and give everybody a little bit to do. But everybody else on the side I thought was better, unfortunately. Also, Jon Snow, take him out of the movie completely. Take him out entirely. I hated it. I hated every scene that he was in. It just paid off to adding a new character. And like, I don't feel the value in that. Like, I don't think it's necessary to put a person in just to add another character into the MCU. I want to have like a reason why. But other than dating Gemma Chan, there was no reason to have him in this. And every scene felt completely unnecessary. So there was just like a few gripes that I had that puts this at the bottom. But again, Chloe Zhao, so immensely talented. And you can see her stamp on this entire film, which I think is very special, especially when you're dealing with like a franchise film, a Marvel film. If you can breathe your own life into it, I think you really did your job correctly. So I give it to her for that. But for some of the stuff that they probably handed to her that she like had to include in this film, I just wasn't vibing with a lot of it. Also, like an hour and 20 minutes in, I was like, damn, this felt like 3 hours already. It felt a little bit long, a little bit like poorly paced in a few ways. I thought there was just some stuff that wasn't necessary. But overall, I liked it. At the end of the day, I enjoyed it, but I cared about like Kumail Nanjiani, Sprite, Barry Keoghan. Like I cared about all those characters so much more than our main.
You like Sprite, huh?
I did like Sprite a lot. I think it makes sense.
Did you miss Sprite Twitter or Eternals Twitter?
They were saying on Sprite.
Oh man, they were bashing that little girl. They were like, "I'm gonna beat that child." I was just like, "Damn, people hate Sprite."
I saw people. They're like, "I'm gonna punt her," and I'm like, "Damn." I understand exactly. Like she has not as much screen time as like some of the other characters. She does have like quite a bit, But at the same time, I completely understood her. When she made the choice that she did towards the end of the film, I understood exactly why. And I kind of like can feel that empathy for her and put myself into her shoes. So that's why I didn't dislike her. I understood her choice, even though I don't agree with it.
I am 100% with you. I was just kind of going off what Twitter said.
Oh, no, 100%.
RB3, what's yours?
Number one is Zack Snyder's Justice League. Okay. I just
Hell yeah.
Just have to say that. That would be my number one if that counted. Shang-Chi is number one for me. That's my favorite origin stories Marvel's ever done. Really dug it. Number two, I know y'all were clowning me for not loving this movie as much, but I saw it a second time and I enjoyed it a lot more second time around. Spider-Man No Way Home. Definitely a strong number two right there. Number three, I feel like my honest answer probably will be Black Widow, but just for the sake of a little variation, I'm probably going to say Eternals. And then, because I thought it was ambitious. I did like some characters, and I thought it was interesting that, it's funny, but it's also interesting that Camille literally like pieced out in the third act, like, hey, I'm out, and you're not going to see me again. I've never really seen a blockbuster do that. That's interesting.
Didn't I think I brought that up in the review, right?
Yeah. No, exactly. And number four, Black Widow. I think it's a good film. I like David Harbour in it, and I like a lot of the characters. I think it is just a little bit regressive. Like I never really can get that past that part whenever I watch it. And I've watched it on like the plane. It's actually a pretty good plane movie because like is enough action. It's a good amount of action that like keeps you awake throughout like your flight, but also like it's not like crazy like Michael Bay shoot 'em up kind of stuff either. And yeah, I honestly thought I thought there was a good story behind it. The only thing there's so many logic gaps that like we didn't need to see Scarlett Johansson fall 40 flights like from that one scene and just land on her feet like a cat. Like we didn't need to see that. We didn't need to see them literally explode a whole flying ship thingy and then just land like everybody like with no scratches. Like, come on, you're asking a lot from me at that point. But
you know what?
But beyond that, everything else was fire about that movie.
I now that even like kind of thinking about it, and I like Black Widow enough, but again, we had our review and we talked about it, but it's just like years too late. And that's the thing. It's just not interesting. I'll never feel the need to like go back and watch it. And that's something I love to do. I rewatch movies like it's nobody's business, but that's just one where I'm like, we're way, way past this point, and it doesn't even have like any weight to the future other than Florence Pugh. So yeah, Eternals and Black Widow could be switched around for me either day, because I think they both have like pros in some areas, but then like a little bit of cons that weigh them down.
Yeah, I got to be honest. I feel like 2021, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, it's a really strong year for Marvel films. I don't feel like there was a real, mid film this year. I loved Black Widow. And if Black Widow is like near the bottom of my list, that's kind of remarkable because I remember watching it and being like, yo, this is actually really good. But I'm with you, RB3. My list is very similar. I would say Shang-Chi, then No Way Home, then I would say shocked. Black Widow, and then I would say I told you very clearly in my No Way Home review that I was like, I know what they're doing, and I think that's why it was ranked a little lower for me. And I did say the hour was kind of rough for me, the first hour. It's just everything that's afterwards that's really good. As soon as the other people show up, I thought it started to get better, which kind of showed me that maybe that's necessarily, I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't know if it's a good thing when two other characters show up in your movie and the movie's it becomes a better movie. So that's why I ranked it lower.
What's fascinating? When I saw it the second time around, I'm actually kind of flipped on that. I actually kind of like the first act like better than the second act for me.
Not me.
To me personally.
I agree.
Really?
It feels a little more like a Spider-Man story, like to me, like in the.
That's why I'm surprised about like your stance on it, Andres, because like you love Homecoming and Far From Home more than me and RB3 do, and like I like them both, but that's on like the same. Wait, what?
Oh, they said No Way Home. I'm sorry.
Oh no, Homecoming and Far From Home.
Yes.
And so like that first hour felt like a natural progression for this trilogy.
With like Doc Ock and with like a bunch of characters that are from different universes.
Other besides,
I just felt like it was just like, hey, remember this guy? Hey, remember that guy? And I was just like, yeah, can we just move on though? Like, they just had one-liners, and I was like, their one-liners kind of suck too. And I don't know, I didn't like their vibes. I didn't feel like they fit necessarily with what they were going for as far as the previous films.
Have you seen it multiple times or just once?
I haven't. Yeah, just once. Okay. Just once.
I saw it a second time. There was a preteen that was like sitting one seat apart from me and Brandon, literally talking at a normal volume the entire movie. I was ready. And the thing is, everybody was shushing her. Everybody's like, shush, shush. The person sitting in front of me turned around and stared at her. 12, 13-year-olds are so scary because I looked over at her and she's just staring at the person back like, you got a problem? And she's this tiny little, like, just, I was like, how do you just not care at all? She was just staring right at the adult man. She's literally like blonde hair. She's wearing like a high schooler type of clothes or like middle schooler type of clothes. Did not care. She did not care at all.
Unflinched. She had that mama mentality.
Absolutely not.
Bring back her life.
That's the thing. The second I turned and faced her, I just like went to go see what was going on. And the second I saw that she was locking eyes with him, like, you trying to go? I was like, I'm just going to leave this alone. That's not my business.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's too much. I love No Way Home. I really do. But I feel like a lot of it was banking on nostalgia. And their investment worked. I was like, damn, this worked out really well. Black Widow, number 3, number 4, Eternals. I actually really like Eternals quite a bit. I'm with you, Sabrina, that I did feel like the first chunk of it, I was like, okay. And then I thought all the action scenes were kind of lame too, like really lame, like extra Marvel lame. Ooh, and that's saying a lot when it's Marvel.
Well, you know, Chloe Zhao didn't direct those action scenes though. I mean, come on.
She did it. That's why I kind of prefer if they cut all that out and just make the movie 30 minutes shorter, but no action. I think I would have liked it a lot more. And just have the existential talks. Yeah, and just have the talks and with the score and with the visuals. And I would have been like, okay. It's just more about like, how do they beat him by like joining hands and spirits at the end, but without the action fights. I think that would have been way better. Yeah, because it just didn't work for me at all, the CGI fights at all. But overall, Marvel really kind of kicked ass this year. And considering all their movies did really well as well at the box office. Go ahead, Sabrina.
Well, honestly, now that you're saying that about the CGI fights in Eternals, I thought most of like the whole like third act CGI, basically across the board, except for Shang-Chi and No Way Home, I thought did it better, but still weren't even like 100% nailing it for me. But their third act, like CGI fight battles, like
they gotta stop.
Yeah,
they gotta stop.
It's just like sometimes it feels unnecessary. Like you're saying with Eternals, it didn't feel like it needed to get to that level. Same thing with Black Widow, the whole like thing in the sky, blah 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 blah. It feels like you didn't need that either. This was like a little more grounded than what we typically get from Marvel. So yeah, I feel like they have to like kind of break out of their formula just a little bit.
I will say, and even though I did criticize Black Widow for the big CGI thing at the end, I will say it probably had the least amount of the CGI fight stuff at the end, because it was just the one explosion. But beyond that, it was mostly physical. I do enjoy that part of it too. Like, I like that Black Widow had a more physical appeal to it. Shang-Chi had a more physical appeal to it. Even Spider-Man No Way Home had a little bit more of a physical appeal to it too. So I like that more tactical kind of look that they go for.
Yeah, it really is interesting the way they have to decide that kind of formula, the way they still have to do a giant CGI fight. Not to say it's necessarily a bad thing, but it's always done in every single movie. It's almost like Kevin Feige is like, if you don't do it, you're not directing this movie.
It's almost like one of these things like where they think audiences, if they don't get their huge, like crazy spectacle at the end, like they might be disappointed.
Yeah.
Or feel like it's a little lackluster maybe.
Well, I think they're kind of right though. I think this is based, I feel like everything Marvel does is so formulaic, scientific, where I think they are basing it on actual audience, like test audiences, people they've surveyed, people they've asked. They probably do ask a lot of people and do a lot of surveys where they say, do you want to see a giant fight at the end? with like crazy stuff and action happening, and everyone checks yes. I think they really do. And then they read it, and then they read it out to their producer panels, and then they say, okay, let's do it. We have to do it again. Because that's the only other explanation I can think of. Because I think audiences do buy into it, and they're showing it with the box office numbers. Because every single one of their films does well, and all their films have that same thing. So,
I guess we'll see because. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say the one real quick. The one Marvel movie that doesn't like totally end in the CGI Marvel completely is the Doctor Strange ending. Is that one? But a little bit has the rewind versus thing.
Still, but it's still CGI fight technically.
At least it's though it fits the story. It serves the story. Yeah.
Sure.
I don't know, but I was just throwing it out.
I was gonna say for 2022, off the top of my head, I know we have like Multiverse of Madness. I believe Wakanda Forever is still slated for 2022. Even though I know that they're like behind and like delayed a bunch of stuff, right?
Yeah, these rumors about this production.
Your girl, man.
My girl, what you say?
Yeah.
Is she anti-vax?
Yeah, bro. You girl Letitia Wright.
Letitia Wright's a great actress, but come on, man, get the vaccine. Like at this point, there's millions of dollars on the table. Like, just take the shot. Take the shot.
Imagine like fumbling the bag that hard. Like you got like a Disney check and you're set to be part of the MCU forever. She was one of the highest paid actresses. The year like, well, because like they do like a total sum. Like if people are in multiple movies, they total it up. And she had like, what was it? Like Black Panther and Infinity War that year. So then she was the highest paid actress over that year.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I really do feel like Marvel's just kicking ass. Obviously, they did a really good job this year when it comes to their films. I still think they could fix the third act, but who am I? Obviously, I don't know about test audiences and all that. Go ahead, RB3.
Before you leave, our favorite Marvel movies, I think we do got to at least shout out the two DC joints that came out this year. And you know, if y'all want to rank those, if y'all want to put a little ranking of those,
we could. There's only a few though, right? I mean, it was Zack Snyder's Justice League, The Suicide Squad. What else?
That's it, right?
That's it.
Okay.
Okay. Damn, that's a good question. I like that question because I can't lie. I low key like. All right, let's rank Marvel and DC. How about that? Because if we do that, I think I might rank DC higher than like almost any Marvel movie I saw this year.
Oh, really? Okay.
I'm not even tripping, bro. Yeah, except because I love No Way Home, I really do, and I love Shang-Chi. Those are probably the only two. So I'd probably go like Shang-Chi, like Suicide Squad, Justice League, No Way Home.
Wow.
Or maybe something like that.
Wow.
I don't know. What do you think? What do you do? What are you doing if you're ranking Marvel?
What do I do? What does Sabrina do? That's my question.
And Sabrina doesn't even include it. She hates DC.
No, that's not true. Okay. I think I would do like
I was joking,
No Way
Sabrina.
Home. No, yeah. I definitely criticize like DC quite a bit. I would do No Way Home, Shang-Chi, tied with the Suicide Squad. Then I would do.
I would just do 4-way tie then.
No.
Or like a 3-way tie.
That's my only tie.
Okay.
Then I'll do Black Widow, Eternals, and then like any other movie in the world. Like literally any other movie in the world. And then Zack Snyder's Justice.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. Have you rewatched it?
What? You think I'm gonna spend 10 hours?
You should rewatch it. Yeah.
No, I watched it. Absolutely not. I watched it for the first time with Dorian and RB3.
Oh yeah, I can't. You can't do it in one sitting, bro. Can't do it like that.
We did it in one sitting.
Come on. I would actually take it back a little bit. The more I think about it, the more I think the Suicide Squad for me might have been my favorite superhero movie of the year.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Big ups to Jamie Gunn. He did that. Oh, shout out to our boy Iffy. He's gonna be hosting the Peacemaker After Show podcast. Did y'all see that?
Yeah, that's weird. It's wild. I mean, obviously good for him, but I'm just like, yo, that's wild. Like, can't believe it. They have their own podcast and John Cena and
James Gunn's gonna be on it allegedly. So
wow,
that's
crazy.
Cool. Good stuff.
Crazy times we're living in, man. Yeah, I wanted to be on the Attack on Titan podcast, but Funimation, bro, y'all missing out. If I was Funimation, I should be running Funimation. Bro.
You should be.
I would have made a podcast. I would have made a show. I would have made an after show. I would have made like Attack on Titan cosplay stuff. Like they're sleeping on how hyped this show is. Like so many people love it, and yet they hardly do any kind of American promotion for it. A lot of Japanese promotion though. Like they do it big, bro. They had a cool presentation. I saw it in Japanese, even though I could understand like almost none of it. But yeah, DC, man, DC's kicking ass.
DC did it,
I thought
man.
DC did 2 good movies this year.
They definitely did. I mean, I didn't love Suicide Squad maybe as much as y'all did.
Really? I still think that's wild. It's really wild.
Yeah. I just don't think.
I loved it.
It didn't make that much sense. It made sense like story wise. It didn't make that much sense politically. I don't know. Something I can't really like overcome. But number one, probably for me, I will be honest though. Like, I know this is unpopular, but Zack Snyder's Justice League, man, that really hit me. I don't know what.
All right, good night, guys.
I don't know what it was, man.
I'm with you, man. I would definitely say it might be up there for me.
That's probably my number one.
Y'all are wild.
Movie. And then Shang-Chi number 2, and then.
Did you see our reviews? Read our spoiler review. Where we're just raving about it the whole time for like an hour. Yeah.
No, yeah. Why? I don't know why I didn't do that one with you guys, but yeah. I didn't watch it because I don't want to hear anything about Justice League. I was so annoyed that month that it came out. I was getting like, no. The Snyder fans.
Yeah, the Snyder fans are the worst. I'll give you that.
They were wild and like stuff completely unrelated. I was just tweeting random stuff. They'd be like, "Shut up, B word." I'm like, "Whoa."
Oh yeah,
wow.
They go crazy. Yeah, no, we need to. For one, Snyder fans, y'all need to get out of y'all crap holes because like y'all are making the rest of us look bad. Frankly, like Snyder even told y'all to sit down and shut up. Like, didn't he tell the Geeks and Gamers people, whatever?
Oh he said, I don't want to talk to you guys.
He's cool. I literally said that. I was like, Zack Snyder, I think is really cool and really talented. Again, Zack Snyder's Justice League, way too long. You could trim down so much. If we have to sit here and go like, yo, all this is unnecessary. This chunk is unnecessary. This chunk, like take this, and this out. Then why make a 4-hour movie? Why put all the movie in the movie? Like you're supposed to craft it. You're supposed to shape it into the movie it's supposed to be. Everybody films movies that are like hours long. Then you edit it down.
Yeah. 3.5.
It's Zack Snyder and Martin Scorsese, man.
It's Zack Snyder. The saviors of cinema.
Same. It's exactly the same. Making long ass epic movies.
Yeah.
Irishman, Zack Snyder's Justice League.
It's only you can watch from home. Both movies you can only watch from home. Netflix.
Both movies you can only watch at home. Yep. Yep.
Martin Scorsese just like sat up in like a cold sweat because you put his name in the same conversation as like the Justice League.
But yeah, I actually do feel like DC was definitely up there with Marvel this year when it comes to their content or their movies. I mean, for sure. Let's move on to most anticipated movies of 2022 and then close out this first cut live of 2022.
Yes.
Do you guys want to do like a top 5?
I got 5.
There's a lot of superhero stuff that I think we're all going to have in there. Not all, but maybe a few of us.
Stuff. I don't even have.
I don't have any superhero stuff.
Really?
Yeah,
I included it.
Morbius #1, baby.
Number 1, Morbius coming out April. Jared Leto, he's in he's in a lot of makeup.
I'm not watching that one. Like, I don't think anybody could pay me enough to watch Morbius. I'm going to be honest.
That was me with Venom too. But either way, let's start with one of yours, RB3. I'll go to you, RB3, then you, Sabrina, and then back to me.
Okay.
Let's do 3.
Well, I gotta. Okay, wait. Actually, let me make sure I'm like getting the name of this movie correct. But this next movie is from a director who is instantly become, just from making 2 movies himself.
I was going to say, I knew you and I were going to have this one.
Top tier directors in Hollywood, and that's Jordan Peele. And his next movie is oh, okay. So you're not even talking.
It's called Nope.
Nope. Oh, that's what it's called. Nope. Okay. Nope. Yeah. Okay. I was like,
you're like, nah.
Nope. What is it called? Nah. Okay.
Nope. It's called Nope.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Nope. For once, Steven Yeun from
You thought I was cutting you off or something?
Yeah, I literally thought you're like nope. Oh, not Steve. Not you're not looking forward to the new Jordan
I'm joking,
movie?
man. I'm so sorry.
No, that was just funny. No, it was just funny. Yeah, nope. I'm super hyped about Daniel Kaluuya. You know the cast. We won't even need to talk about it. It's just to me, it's gonna easily be. He's 2 for 2 for me. I know a lot of people didn't love Us,
2 for 2.
I really loved Us, so I'm here for it.
I love Us. Sabrina.
I'm stealing. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go with this one first because I think this is the one that I'm most excited about. Ari Aster's next film, because Jordan Peele's as well. That was on my list, so I got to change mine a little bit. But Disappointment Boulevard. Very, very excited for that one. Ari Aster's 2 for 2 for me. Same thing with the Jordan Peele. Same thing with the Robert Eggers, who has another film coming out this year as well. Like top tier directors. I'm just excited to see anything that they have their hands in. So
Joaquin Phoenix, right?
This one. Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix. It has a stacked cast. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, I know Joaquin Phoenix is in that one. And apparently, I think it's about, like, I don't know. I forgot what I had it pulled up. But yeah, either way, he said it was supposed to be pretty interesting. I know he had Joaquin Phoenix in there. Let me go to my list. My list is, you already took 2 of mine. Let's go with my boy Scorsese, man. Killers of Flower Moon. Killers of Flower Moon starring Leonardo DiCaprio. Apparently it's about a detective and about murders in a reservation, I think, which is very interesting because Scorsese has never really done anything other than like Italian white gangster movies. No offense. So now that he's doing something that's a little bit different.
That's not true.
He did Age of Innocence. That's a period piece. A white person period piece. He did Passion of the Christ, Temptation of the Christ. What was that?
Temptation of the Christ.
Temptation of the Christ.
Yeah, Passion of the Christ is the anti-Semitic homie.
I was gonna say, no. He didn't do that one. I didn't put that on him.
Is that the Adam Driver and Andrew Garfield one?
No, Silence is that one.
Silence.
A masterpiece.
That could also be called Passion of the Christ, to be fair.
Yeah. I meant when it comes to crime, guys. Now everyone in the chat's killing me.
He only has 11 crime movies. He only has 11 crime movies. I'm just gonna
only
say
11.
Only 11 crime movies. Out of like 50.
King of Comedy.
King of Comedy, yeah. King of Comedy, yeah.
That's different.
He's a comedian, and yeah.
But a crime movie set in a world that Scorsese isn't necessarily like an expert in is kind of an interesting premise for me, at least. RB3, what's yours? Your next one.
My next one, I mean, Sabrina already alluded to it a little bit. It's the next Robert Eggers film. Again, another dude. I don't know if he's 2. Does he have 2 or 3? I think he has 3 maybe. Or I don't know, maybe he's 2. But he's another one who's
2, right?
Yeah, I think he is 2.
The Witch in the Lighthouse?
Yeah. So he's 2 for 2 for me as well. And the Northman is highly anticipated for me too. So I've been hearing nothing but rave reviews coming from it, and I didn't watch the trailer. I'm kind of like not trying to watch the trailer for it, but everything about it, obviously William Dafoe, Anna Taylor-Joy, Alexander Skarsgård, Bill Skarsgård, apparently both the brothers are in it, and Bjork is going to be acting. I'd like to see that. Yeah, so hyped.
Sabrina.
So excited for that one. That one was also my next one, and I'm going to take one that might be yours, Andres. I don't know. Knives Out 2. We got a stacked cast. We have Catherine Hahn. We have so many people. I'm excited to see Rian Johnson do his thing. Another one is Scream, but because I'm seeing it tomorrow, I'm not going to officially put it on this list. But I heard they give like a little like Rian Johnson like shout out in that movie. They like, it's been on like Twitter, so I don't know. It's like speculation, rumors, nothing confirmed. But I think Rian Johnson is one of the most passionate directors that we see. He gets fully immersed into every single project that he takes on. It was exactly what I said about Chloe Zhao before, where if you have your stamp on like a huge franchise film, I think you are immensely talented, and you are also very lucky to do so, because obviously we know with a lot of like studio meddling and different things like that. So the fact that he can just go full Rian Johnson on this, the way that he did with the first film, which I know we all really enjoyed, I'm just very excited to see it. And of course, Daniel Craig, Benoit Blanc, iconic.
I kind of love that he got that Netflix money too. That is that's that real deal, bro. He got that Netflix money. How much was his deal? It was wild, right?
It's ridiculous.
It was like hundreds of millions.
Yeah,
Good for him.
500 million, I think it was for 2 and 3.
I like how all of our picks so far have not been like major blockbuster, I don't know, superhero movies. It's kind of wild. We're weird like that. My next pick is Babylon.
Yes.
Which is Damien Chazelle's new movie. This is Damien Chazelle's like 1920s.
Tobey Maguire's in it.
Movie. Tobey Maguire's in it. That's right. Wow. Yeah, I think Brad Pitt's in it too. Is he in it? I might have read that somewhere. I might be wrong, but either way, Damien Chazelle's 1920s Hollywoodish type movie is my next choice because we got to get our boy Chazelle back, man.
I did not know. I didn't even know this movie existed, so that gets me super hyped. Cool. Is this like our last one, or is it like how many more do we have? Like,
we do 2 more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
How about we each do one and then we do a superhero? We do a superhero one just to please the superhero fans.
All right. So this is the superhero one, not the superhero one right now.
Let's do a non-superhero and then a superhero.
Okay. Cool.
And you can do both at the same time.
Well, this one, I mean, it might honestly mix the genre a little bit. It's the trailer we've been seeing a bajillion times. I've seen it at least 100 times. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, with Michelle Yeoh, Jamie Lee Curtis. Apparently, it's produced by the Russo brothers as well. But it's A24. It's like that weird sci-fi movie where she's like the multi-dimensional multiverse or whatever. And I don't know. I think it's kind of funny that like we see all this multiverse stuff and like DC, Marvel, like all this other comic book nonsense or whatever. Not nonsense, good stuff. But like, what's the actual indie like bold like take to it? Like what's like an actual filmmaker? Not saying that these films aren't with actual filmmakers and stuff, but what's like a hungry like young independent filmmakers like who are like really trying to make something different? What is that version of this story going to look like? And to me, that just gets me really excited. So that to me, I'm super hyped about.
And then give me a superhero one.
Superhero one.
I'll steal mine.
You don't know any?
Oh, okay. No. I'll give you Doctor Strange 2. Multiverse of Madness. Yeah. My boy Sam Raimi back at it. Good to see him.
Sam Raimi's back, baby.
Yeah. So I do think that's going to be sufficiently. I'm hedging my bets on Black Panther 2 because I do think it's not announced, but I do think it might get pushed back. So I don't want to.
I think it'll get pushed back too.
Yeah.
How about you, Sabrina?
Mine is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, love it.
100%. Other like Babylon, The Northman, like all of those were on my list as well. So I'm just jumping straight to superhero movies, but also even just in general, this isn't like superhero specific. Very, very excited for this. Into the Spider-Verse it still is my favorite Spider-Man movie, and I enjoy every single Spider-Man movie that has ever come out. So the fact that it has like the top spot, I'm rewatching Spider-Man 2 really soon, but I'm pretty sure it's cemented there forever. So much heart, absolutely love it. Very excited to see that next chapter in the story.
That's a great one. I can't believe I'm gonna have the one that I feel like everyone is gonna say, or at least a lot of people are gonna say in the chat, and I think a couple of people have already said it in the chat. When it comes to superhero movies, the new Batman movie. The new Batman movie comes out in March. It is the Robert Pattinson Batman movie. People are hyped for this, like really, really genuinely hyped for it. So I'm curious for that one.
I'm hyped.
For sure.
I'm hyped for it. I'm not going to lie. For one, I love Robert Pattinson. I think his screen, I think he's great. I think he looks good. I think his masculine voice or his Batman voice isn't there yet. I gotta figure out. We'll see how that plays out. But I also think, I don't know if y'all saw that last trailer they put out, the cat and the bat trailer.
I purposely did not watch it because I'm trying to not watch too many.
You made a really good choice because that trailer was like 2 minutes and 40 seconds of just straight spoilers. Like I literally felt like they're showing me the entire movie. Like after a minute 40, I literally had to cut it off. Like, no. Like this is too much. Like, so that gets me a little worried. Like when a studio puts out like a big trailer that gives out like a lot of that almost gets me like, do I have as much faith in this
also,
movie?
March 2 is a little funky to me.
I give March a pass only because the release calendar lately and you know how the pandemic has kind of squeezed everything so tight together. I can kind of get why March for the release date, but that last trailer was like, yo, like if they were really caring about this movie and the story, they would keep a lot of this stuff like underlocked, you know?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to a couple people in the chat since you guys have been so faithful. John Lee says he's hyped for Thor 4. Yeah, Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah,
I can't wait for that.
Oh, yeah.
What's her name? Tessa Thompson.
Tessa Thompson. Yeah.
Looks incredible.
Yeah.
Taika Waititi. What's that homegirl, that singer, that British singer that was on set?
Rita Ora.
Rita Ora's in it.
Is she?
Rita Ora.
I thought she was just dating Taika Waititi.
No, she's
I'm
just dating
playing,
Taika.
I know, I'm just playing with y'all.
Okay, I was gonna say, I'm like, damn, all right, Rita Ora.
Yeah.
Getting that
The
Marvel
Northman.
check too.
Right.
You mentioned that one as well. It says, "Where's the love for Moonfall?" Hell no, I ain't watching that.
I'd rather watch Moonfall 5 times in a row than Morbius once. I'm gonna be honest.
Lee, yeah, low key. Also, John Lee says, actually, no, low key. I kind of want to see Morbius. Sorry, I can't help. I kind of want to see it.
Yo.
I do love vampires. It's the vampire thing in me.
But look at his face. Look at his face. He looks.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He was great in House of Gucci though. He's my SAG winner. He's my SAG winner.
Are you joking? Or you being serious?
Of course, I'm joking.
Oh, who's your SAG winner?
I don't know who's in that. Let me see who's in that list.
It's pretty wild. The thing that
I would go the Coda guy. Coda.
I'd probably go with that too.
The Coda dad, right? I think that's who it is. Troy Coaster. It's Bradley Cooper, Ben Affleck, Troy Coaster, Jared Leto, Cody Smith, McPhee.
Yeah, I still have to watch because I believe that's for Power of the Dog. I still have to watch that one. That one's on Netflix.
Yeah.
So it's like it's so easy. It's a click away. I don't know why some of the stuff just like drops and I don't.
It's the drag, bro. I don't feel like watching like an old slow Western movie sometimes.
Then Peter
that's just the truth.
Peter came out and said like, don't watch it too. So that's also.
But also Peter wilds out. So I like what they should be standing for, but
Peter Malark.
No.
I know, sorry.
Wait, really quick, since we were on the topic of Robert Pattinson. Since we're on the topic of Robert Pattinson, the fact that Kristen Stewart wasn't nominated for Spencer at SAG.
Did you see Spencer?
Yes.
Oh, I wasn't sure.
It was incredible.
Yeah,
her performance was amazing. Anybody that would ever say like Kristen Stewart's just playing Kristen Stewart, you know, everybody would make fun of her for like years because of Twilight. Same thing with Robert Pattinson, just sticks with them. This is exactly what you show them. Her last few films, besides like Charlie's Angels and stuff, but like Personal Shopper, this is what I would show everybody to be like, yo, look how talented she is. She like embodies her in her own way. You know that sometimes when people are playing very like famous figures in film, sometimes it feels like a caricature of that person. Yeah. And that's how I kind of feel with like Rami Malek for Bohemian Rhapsody or other things like that. She disappeared into the role, but also brought something that is like, doesn't feel like an impression of it.
Yeah, I love Chris. I think I went on Schmo's RB3. I don't know if you were there for this. I think you were there for this. And I talked about Personal Shopper for like 15 minutes.
Yeah, on the couch.
Yeah, I talked about Personal Shopper for 15 minutes in the Schmo's No Show. So there's my, film Twitter badge right there. Real quick, guys, I want to give a shout out to a couple people in the chat. I said I would read your comments and I didn't. So I want to make sure I'm faithful. John Lee ranks his Marvel movies with Shang-Chi, Spider-Man, Eternals, and Black Widow. Helsing 747 says Spider-Man, Eternals, Shang-Chi, Black Widow. Richard Lemon says the shows would be Loki, WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Hawkeye, and What If. Then he says Eternals, No Way Home, Shang-Chi, and Black Widow. Wow, Eternals #1.
Going back to the What If thing, like, and What If versus Loki. The one thing that like will always put What If over Loki to me is that the one episode What
If over Loki? I thought you said Loki was
over Hawkeye. I'm talking about Hawkeye. My bad. Hawkeye. I don't even know why I said Loki. One thing I put What If over Hawkeye is that the one Killmonger episode of What If is better than any episode of Hawkeye even touches. Like, even gets close to touches.
For me, it's definitely the Doctor Strange episode. Like that one episode is enough to like carry What If over any Hawkeye episode. At least for me, for sure.
Do you believe the speculation that Strange Supreme is going to be in Doctor Strange too?
I mean, he's in the trailer. I mean, it's a version of him. I think it'll be a version of him. I don't think it'll be the exact same character, for sure. I think it'll be like a different inspiration, like same concept, but maybe not the same things that he experienced in the finale of What If. So that's probably what it is. But
we also have that Ana de Armas Marilyn Monroe movie, which has been years in the making, and I'm anticipating it because I've heard weird things about it. Yeah. So I just want to finally see it because like she filmed this before Knives Out, if I'm not mistaken. So it's been a hot minute. Yeah. This was one of the first like projects she like truly was like fully on board as like the star of it. And
yeah, I think it was I think it had a little controversy because it was based on like a controversial book that a lot of people just didn't agree with. Like that account of Marilyn Monroe or something like that, or I don't know. It was just very fascinating.
There's a lot of good movies coming out next year.
When it comes to like the movies like Spencer, which it's like a psychological, almost like horror, like honestly, like into like a weekend of what she like dealt with. But we also know because these are notable figures, like we've heard stories on what they've dealt with and different things like that. I think it is wrong. I don't know this story in particular, but I do think it would be wrong to make a fictionalized version of Marilyn Monroe's life and like dramatize it in other ways where it hasn't been, or kind of like skate past stuff that like has happened. It's interesting. So I know that's dropping on Netflix if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
Yeah. I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah.
Alrighty, that is our list for our most anticipated of 2022. Oh, RB3.
One more. Mission Impossible 7. Gotta give a shout out to my favorite franchise in the entire world.
That's your favorite franchise?
One of them for sure. Even when I go back and watch like older episodes of the meaning of or something, like it'll just find me randomly talking about, oh yeah, this and Mission Impossible. Like, why did I say that? There's no reason for me to say that. So yeah, hyped. Number 7's coming. Tom Cruise, don't break an ankle this time. Let's get it done. Or I think they're shooting 7 and 8 back to back, and I think in one of them he's going to go to space. So I don't know if it's this one or the next one, but see you on the moon, buddy.
Sonic 2.
Sonic 2. I didn't see the first one, but shout out to
you. Watch the first one. It's good. It's actually really good.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's it for my most anticipated. There's a lot of movies coming out next year, guys. There's a lot for sure. So make sure you guys are tuning into our show, First Cut, and First Cut Live. We are here hopefully every Wednesday now, guys. I know we changed it a lot, but we will try and be consistent and try to be here live every Wednesday at 7 p.m. PST. But either way, RB3, where can everyone find you?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at DirectorRB3. And also follow at Timestamp Movie on Twitter and Instagram as well, please.
Sabrina.
You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Sabrina X Monica, also on Twitter at Sabrina on Film.
You can follow me at Squad Leader Ace. And also, guys, make sure you guys tune in Sundays at 5 for our Attack on Titan after show, a talk on Titan. We're going to be having a lot of guests this year, so make sure you guys tune in for that. Attack on Titan is hyped this year. It's the final season, so make sure you guys tune in every Sunday on First Cut for that. Follow us at First Cut TMO. Leave a comment if you haven't done so already. Give a like RB3 likes to say. Likes apparently help a lot, so make sure you guys go ahead and do that. But either way, guys, for the First Cut crew, we're peacing out. Peace.